Jeremy Lin was the guy who kind of really, I think, in North America, at the very least, pushed forward like this the idea that like, hey, like Asian Americans get discriminated too. Like being called coronavirus on the court is supposed to be a professional environment, right? Like that is horrendous.
Former Raptor Jeremy Lin made international headlines earlier this year when he posted on social media that a player on another team called him coronavirus during a game in the NBA's G League. This isn't the first time Lin has come forward about the racism he faces, but it did help shed light to a larger issue: the growing hate that Asians around the world have experienced since the beginning of the global pandemic.
Known people kind of finally voicing these concerns that like everyday regular people have. Like that's why that's powerful, right? The fact that this could happen to anyone.
Stephen Loung wrote an article for Sportsnet.ca where he interviewed a number of members of the Canadian sports community who detailed some of the racism and discrimination that they've faced and continue to face because of their heritage. In one chapter, they discussed how they faced questions about where they're from, even though Stephen himself is a first-generation Canadian.
That kind of really hit home for me. The constant was like, where are you really from, right? That whole thing is like, well, I'm from Canada. It's like, no, but where are you really from? It's like, no, I'm from Canada. I was born here. My heritage just happens to be a little different than your heritage.
Stephen's article raised a number of issues not only seen in the sports community, but throughout everyday life, including why it can be hurtful to just call someone Asian.
Granted, it is very accurate, right? Like it is describing, like a sect of people, like the continents that you're from, right? But like it's kind of weird to just say European, right? It's weird to say North American, right? So then why would you just say Asian? Like why can't you just say a person is a Korean, or why can't you just say someone is Chinese? Right? Like you have no problem saying if someone is Portuguese or saying someone is Italian. So why can't it just be the same?
He adds that basketball stars like Jeremy Lin and Steph Curry are continually speaking out and trying to make the sports community more inclusive and educated.
I think sports has a very important role in kind of, I guess, pushing for any form of social justice.
For City News, I'm Lindsay Dunn.